Hello, welcome back to Crypto Rosetta. Happy Friday everyone, Joe here. Great to have you back with us on the show. Now thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, take a second now to smash that like, really does help out the channel. And if you're brand new here for the first time, then why not hit that subscribe button, guys. Go check out all our previous content. We've got regular technical analysis on Bitcoin and altcoins coming out daily. We've got a friend here coming to say hello. Now, crypto, right now. Guys, price action, yeah, we got Bitcoin back above 26k. A lot of the altcoins have gone, or continued rather, to go to new bear market lows. You guys know what's happening out there on the price action. It's not great at the minute. Bitcoin's kind of just chopping people in and out, liquidating upside, liquidating to the downside. We're still holding shorts from above currently on this channel, and we're going to do so. In the intention, or sorry, it's our opinion that Bitcoin is likely to be going to the downside. Certainly, my opinion. I fully expect, even in a bullish scenario, guys, I still expect 23,000 to be retested. Now, it could, come next week. Could it come in another 2 or 3 weeks? Absolutely. Can we go back up to 28,000 first? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just going to hold that short, guys. Currently in just above 29k. Could have gone in a little bit higher, but I decided to just get into that position early. And again, I left myself some room to, DCA into that short position. Had 34,000 come along, which it didn't. So I'm still going with the bet that the top is in for this year, 2023, and expecting markets to roll over, because I still think that things are pretty economically not great out there. I did say, I've been saying it quite a few weeks back now, that I fully expected the decrease in CPI to reverse. This is the first month it's just come in above expectations for quite a long time now. And if that starts to be a trend and happen again month on month, then I think we are in a bit of trouble in the markets, folks, and probably going to see more severe rate hikes, which will eventually topple things over, in my opinion. I think the market for the last sort of 12 months has been able to absorb the damage being done, because when these interest rates tend to get put up, historically, we know that they don't cause the real pain at the start, at the time they are put up. It tends to be 12, 18 months later, and that's exactly how I'm starting to see things go. As we know, the property market heavily affected by the interest rates on people's mortgages. How many mortgages are going to be defaulted? It's also going to reduce the amount of new buyers, first-time buyers, etc. This isn't just in one country here and there. This is pretty much affecting globally. Big problems in the US, across Europe, etc. And we're also seeing problems with property in China as well. And once house prices start to fall, we're seeing what that can do to markets historically. I'm not saying that there's definitely going to be a crash, but I think we all, as investors right now, have to be careful and aware of what is going on, and that history tells us that at least there's potential there. So you do have to invest with caution. Now, I admit there's loads of people who probably watch the channel or see things that I've put out before, and have probably said that, hey, Joe, you've got to be in the markets, you've got to put some money in, otherwise if you don't invest at all, you're not going to make money. And you constantly see it all over X. People put out that comment, scared money doesn't make money. Well, yeah, I admit, but there's a time to be fearful, and there's a time to be greedy. And to be honest, yes, we've got past the worst of the time to be fearful with the tops of the markets coming in later on in 2021, but that doesn't mean that I believe it is time to be greedy either. Now, admittedly, say well done to anybody who potentially invested in the Nasdaq early in the year, managed to make some money on AI stocks that have done really well. Hey, there may even be a crypto that you have bought this year. Now, the vast amount of altcoins, of course, have gone down, but of course there's been a few exceptions. The likes of Casper has done very well. We've covered it quite a bit on this channel. I was talking about it in the AMA last night. Now, that's one that, if I could go back in time, I probably would have bought had I looked into it a bit more and thought there was going to be a good run on it, which there was. However, you've got to be so careful in these bear markets, which we are still in my opinion, folks, because like I said, I say it time and time again, there's always exceptions in the market. There's always going to be coins mid-bear market or mid-multi-year bear market that are going to have a pump here, or an odd stock that explodes and gets all this hype over the news, like we've seen with the likes of Nvidia, for instance. Of course, it's always going to happen. You're even going to see new all-time highs with some of the best performing stocks, like we've seen with Microsoft, like we've seen with Apple. So I understand people get confused and they think, well, surely if they're setting new all-time highs, it's a bull run. But it's not a macro bull run. Yes, there's still certain stocks and cryptos that are going to vastly outperform others, and again, well done if you catch those. But what I'll say is that you've got to decide, are you going to hodl those and potentially lose gains again if the whole market rolls, or should you start be taking profits on those? I know what I'd be doing if I was in any of those stocks that have gone to new all-time highs this year. If I was in any cryptos that have outperformed the rest of the vast altcoin market, or even Bitcoin is a good one to talk about as well. Who's out there who bought Bitcoin below 20k? If you did, leave us a comment below, and well done to you. But are you taking profits now, or did you take profits at 30k? Because I know for a fact a lot of people will always be celebrating. You see this all the time, mid-bear market. People get very complacent. I think people can get too ambitious, and they watch these profits get washed away because they didn't take some at least off the table. And then if you want to hodl some, that's great, but maybe just get some profits, right? And then just have a stop loss to sell, so you don't at least lose money, because otherwise you've celebrated all these gains, and then you can potentially see them washed away. Now, of course, again, there's going to be people watching saying, no, I've definitely got the bottom. And do you know what? Sometimes I'm not going to criticize you, because I would be a hypocrite if I did, because I always say, one thing that I always say rather is have conviction. So if that is your conviction, that you're so confident that the bottom's in and on whatever you've bought and you've got it, then good luck to you. I really do mean that. I don't mean that sarcastically, just because I'm potentially betting the other way on certain coins, or rather I'm waiting and expecting lower prices before I start buying heavily. No, I want to see I don't have any, there's too much hate, or you get it a lot on X, or a lot of tribalness in crypto, like people like to laugh at someone if they get a trade wrong or whatever, and it's just ridiculous, childish stuff. Now, I genuinely mean, like, I say well done to everyone. I want to see all of us make money in the crypto market, or markets, or invest in general. There's going to be things that people are going to invest in the Crypto Rosetta community. Now, if you want to join that community, by the way, it's free to join our Discord. Come and join our Discord. Link is in the description below. There'll be people chatting in there daily, potentially invest in things that I wouldn't touch. Equally, there may be something I'm going to go buy that they wouldn't touch, which is, absolutely cool. We're not all supposed to buy the same things. We're not all supposed to sell the same things, right? So what I'm trying to say is, hopefully everyone, does well. If anyone's watching this, this is just my opinions. It's not financial advice. If you enjoy the content and you're taking something from it, that's great. That's hopefully the reason you're watching. We're not on YouTube here to be making money. We make money in other ways, but we like to document our journey. And also, again, we like to be part of a community. That's what Crypto Rosetta is all about. That's why we make the videos, because we enjoy chatting with our community. We enjoy investing and sharing ideas, because I always say, with the power of a community, you can learn a lot from other people. Don't get me wrong, there's people who completely trade on their own, completely solely invest on their own. If they do really well solo, and they just cut everyone else off, that is great for them. Personally, I don't feel like I'm one of those. I like to listen to other people. I like to see what other people are doing. Of course, I make my own decisions. I make my own mind up and everything, but I like to see what everyone's doing, what everyone else is talking about first. So, crypto market, we're going into the weekend. It's probably going to be a little slow this weekend. It just still, to me, kind of feels like we are waiting for some news for the next move down. A lot of the Moonboy channels were shilling out that everything was going to dump because of FTX potentially selling assets. And I say potentially, that's a key word, because again, slightly falsely reported. A lot of channels were talking about, they're going to have to liquidate $50 million of Bitcoin and Ethereum for the first 2 weeks, and then they're going to liquidate 100 million week after that and the week after that, which is correct. That's what they're able to do. But if you actually look into the judge's ruling, they don't have the option to not actually liquidate. They don't have to liquidate those assets. They're not being forced to sell. So the likelihood is, yes, they are likely to sell, because that is potentially how they're going to get the money back to creditors. But there's no urgent time limit on this. So just be aware that when these channels are saying, oh my god, all this $100 million of Bitcoin is going to get dumped today and the next week and whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. You don't know. You aren't the guys pressing the button. They aren't the guys pressing the button. I do kind of feel that's why we've seen some short liquidations, quite a lot of short liquidations this week, because I think a lot of the big channels had been putting flip bearish, from previously being pretty bullish, telling people to buy just under 30k and 30k and shouting at everyone we were going to 40k, and then Bitcoin pulls back a bit, and then all of a sudden we're going back under 20k again instantly. So it's the usual process. You've got to be careful of what information you're absorbing out there. Like I said, I'm not going to be right on everything. Whatever you're watching out there, guys, again, just remember, it's for entertainment or it's to get ideas, but make your own investing decisions. Now, we've got CryptComps still running, guys. We've got two competitions which are pretty awesome opportunities in my opinion. I've looked at all the other major competition websites out there, and the odds that you get for getting tickets on them compared to what we offer at cryptcomps.com, they just really don't even compare. And like I said again, what's a cup of coffee right now? $3 or £3 or whatever it is. You can get free tickets for that. £1 a ticket just to get into the £1,000 draw for Bitcoin or altcoins of your choice. Equally, for £5 you can get a ticket for the £10,000 prize, guys. And that £10,000 prize, again, I'm not saying 10 grand is life-changing, but what people need to appreciate is that if you potentially buy the right coins, or if you want to take stable coins, that's absolutely fine. If you take the stable coins and wait and then buy something even lower, an altcoin even lower, that does a 10, 20, 30x in the next bull run, you hodl that prize could be huge. That's why I say the prize can be life-changing. Yeah, it's not life-changing today, it's what it can be. You've got to appreciate that. So go to cryptcomps.com, guys, if you want to get your tickets. We're going to be talking a lot about CryptComps in the coming weeks, because again, I think it's an amazing opportunity for the community, and I would love if someone in the Rosetta Discord would win once again. So good luck to everyone that enters. Next week coming up, we're going to have more trades coming out. I think the market is currently in a little bit of a grey zone, so so I'm just gonna wait to take any more trades, unless, you know, I always say that can change any hour, guys. Some altcoin can go on a mad dump, mad pump, you know, we think, you know, it's reached key level, so I'll be paying attention to TA. Savage will have some more TA out today, so, you know, make sure you you know, watch those videos rather, to stay in touch with the market. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again.